glorify sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day. They're the eyes of a man whose lust knows no bounds.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Horny Creek. Welcome back to a new season of Dawson's Creek. It is, well, first of all, my name's Mark. With me as always is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
How much? It's been a good week here. It is October 4th.
It is.
2000, and we're chilly, we're willy.
We're loving the fall.
Yeah.
The leaves.
Yeah.
The crispiness.
Yes. It feels like coming home, which is the episode title of this episode of Dawson's Creek, because guess who's coming home?
Because Pacey and Joey are coming home.
Pacey and Joey. They're
After
back.
spending the entire summer
On a boat.
A little boat. It's a little boat.
It is a little boat, yeah.
And
It's a dinghy.
we are supposed to believe.
Well, here's the thing.
No. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Okay. We're supposed to believe what?
That these teenagers had no supervision and survived on a boat for an entire summer. I'm sorry,
Well, they took odd jobs, honey.
I don't get this shit.
They just sailed up and down the coast.
What is the name of the guy that makes the show again?
Kevin Williamson.
Kevin Williamson has lost touch with reality.
Kevin Williamson, heavily helped by Stephen Miner, the only person to direct, at least so far, to direct two Friday the 13th movies. Part 2 and 3.
No, I mean, of course, later we can get into the other shit that I don't believe about the summer. But tiny ass boat, and they survived.
I think it's funny. They say they went down to, I guess they went all the way down to the Florida Keys.
Yeah.
They sailed all the way down the coast of the United States and all the way back. But they didn't go into, I don't know a lot about sailing. And I think Kevin Williamson, based on, I don't know a lot about him. I haven't been keeping up on Teen Beat or fucking Variety or whatever about his life. But based on the fact that he wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer, which takes place in a small fishing village in New England, and he created this show, which takes place in a small fishing village in New England. I'm guessing he grew up around small fishing villages in New England.
Right.
And people there, maybe as a teenager, you wouldn't know how to sail. Because they don't, at no point do they say they go out into the open ocean. Like the big ocean currents and waves and wind and stuff like that. They're staying by the coast, like 100 miles from the coast, like the whole time. So
That's far.
I think in nautical terms, it's not that far. But again, I don't know a lot about sailing, so
I don't know. It seems weird to me.
I've been on a sailboat only a couple times when I was dating a very rich woman.
Yeah, playa.
But they make a mention of North Carolina, which I think is funny because the show is filmed in North Carolina. North Carolina is taking the place of the Northeast.
Okay. But I mean, like, both of them have shitty family situations, so
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's kind of believable.
Yeah, Pacey was living with his brother.
Yeah, and Joey was living with her sister.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, both of them did so Pacey's parents are alive and around. He just hates them.
yeah, and they don't give a shit
Or
about
the
him.
dad is, I guess. We don't hear about the mom. Is his mom
Yeah,
dead?
maybe the mom's dead. Maybe they share that. I don't know. I feel like that would have come up if they shared that.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But anyway, so they come back, and of course, I think this show gets a little meta sometimes, and I really like it. I get it. I understand that Scream was a big hit for Kevin Williamson, and Scream 2 and Scream 3. But like, they're on the boat, and Pacey's like, "What are we going back to? The like scripted teen drama?" And so it's like, yeah, we get it. You're on a show. Like, it's clever, funny, or whatever. But sometimes it gets a little too heavy-handed because sometimes it's like I just want to pretend that this is all real, and you're breaking that.
Right. And then he's like, and what are we going to say when they ask us?
Well, that's the thing. That's the meta thing that I think works. So like them being like, oh, we're going back to the scripted teen drama and all that stuff and everything. Yeah, we get it. We get it. It's a show. But I think the meta thing that works is the show knows that the question the audience is going to want answered, did they fuck off screen? I mean, not quite as elegant as I just put it, but like that's what people are going to ask. And that's the first thing. They're like, so what about the question of, did we or didn't we or whatever?
I don't trust the show to be honest with the audience. Because look at what happened with Pacey's virginity.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they fucked with us. Like we thought it didn't happen, but it did. For a while, like it was all over the place. We thought like some people had sex and some people didn't, and then the show likes to like leave breadcrumbs that lead to the wrong conclusions.
Yeah, it does, and let's imagine that you and I were in a new relationship, and we went on a boat for 3 months, and let's say we didn't have sex. Let's say you're a virgin, and we slept in our own hammocks, and we didn't have sex. And we came back. Would I be saying, what are we going to tell people when they say, when I asked if we had sex or not? Would I ask that question?
No.
Because the only reason I asked that question is because you did. And you want to know if the girl is going to say you guys did or to say people, no, I'm still a virgin, or whatever. If you didn't have sex, there's what's to talk about.
Yeah.
When they ask, you just say, no, we didn't.
Which nobody would believe anyway. I have a real problem with the fact that we are supposed to believe that it's at least possible that they didn't have sex. I feel like it's kind of up in the air.
They make out a couple times in this show, in this episode, and it's like, really? You didn't? Really?
If you guys were making out like that, and you're isolated on a small boat for
no one's
months,
there to stop you.
Come on. Like,
You're
I'm
going
sorry,
to the bathroom in front of each other.
But my record, is 2 months of dating somebody without sex. And I think that I held out pretty well.
Your record is 2 months.
2 months.
That wasn't me.
They're saying 3 months. No, it was not. They're saying 3 months.
Yeah.
That seems impossible.
3 months isolated.
Isolated and making out.
3 months where, like, it's not even like 3 months and like, okay, I'm gonna make you wait for 2 months or whatever till we have sex, till we know this is like a real relationship or whatever. But I also get to sleep in my own bed and like go to work or school or whatever. Like I have all this other shit going on in my life. It's 3 months of like we are in close quarters on a fucking like he said they did odd jobs and stuff like that, but like how much of time is that taking up? They're spending all the rest of their time together.
Yeah.
So much so that when they get there, they're like, we need to take a day where we're not together because we've been together like every day the last 3 months.
Now, this I think is kind of cute and believable because I think most people are like this in the beginning of a relationship where you just want to be together all the time.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's literally difficult for them to do that is adorable.
Difficult for him.
I mean, she misses him too, right?
Yeah, I think she misses him too, but she's preoccupied by the title of the show. Dawson.
Oh, not the episode of the show.
She's preoccupied by the by Dawson and what he's going to think or do or say or whatever.
Which, like, I don't understand. Like, Pacey knows it, that's what's on her mind.
Yeah.
I think that they've been pretty open about this stuff. So
he acts like a prick in this episode.
He does. But at the same time, she's obviously been talking about Dawson to him, which, that's going to be hard on any dude.
It's revealed that at the end, he's like, yeah, but you've been, like, you were not on the boat for the last, like, week of us coming home. Like, you've been elsewhere, like, preoccupied and everything. And it's like, yeah, at that point, I guess I get some of the jealousy. But they never have a conversation. They have a conversation at the end of this episode, which I think helps things.
Yeah.
But they don't have they should have had a conversation when they were on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, then they should have. And
that's the thing. They never had time to talk to each other about Dawson. They were
because they were having too much sex.
Yes.
Or maybe talking about, like I said, though, it seems like she did talk about Dawson at least a little bit.
I guess, yeah.
Because Pacey seems well aware.
Well, he says that she was preoccupied. It seemed like I think maybe more absent-minded, thinking other things, not as emotionally connected to him, maybe. Maybe she stopped having sex with him for the last week.
Maybe.
And that's how he knew.
But she has a big-ass package that they're taking off the boat.
And it's not Pacey's.
No. And he asks who it's for, and she lies, and it's obvious that she lies.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know as the audience yet what it is.
But you said, because she's like, I think it's for Betsy. Bessie, whatever. And you're like, it's Dawson's.
Yeah, obviously, though. Like, I think Pacey knew.
So, but yeah, why does she feel the need to lie?
Yeah, like, what is going on? And
what it is not like something you need to lie about.
Yeah.
But we find out what the present is.
I don't even get why. I mean, I guess because it's what she says. She says it's the foundation of their friendship. But it's a brick from Hemingway's home. It's not, like, sexy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a very platonic gift. She went to Ernest Hemingway's home off the Keys and stole a brick, by the way, from the house. And she's like, here is the brick of a house that someone who killed himself in Ketchum, Idaho once had.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's just weird.
It is weird. But yeah, she says sentimentally it's like this brick is the foundation of our friendship or whatever. Because what she says, I guess we'll just go out of order, because what she says to Pacey at the end of the episode after they fought and everything and they're going to make up is that she has been preoccupied by Dawson, but she's been preoccupied by Dawson not because of romantic Dawson, but because of friendship Dawson. She's like, not for the... What did she say, 4 months? I didn't realize they had...
I thought it was 3.
What do you mean?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Go ahead. 4 months of what?
That they dated, her and Dawson.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it was that short of a time period.
Oh, yeah.
But I think she said something like 4 months. She's like, not for the 4 months that we dated, but for the, like, 14 years before that we were friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's like, that's what I'm mourning is the potential, or that's what I want to avoid is the potential loss of that friendship that I had for all those years, not the relationship.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
It really does. I mean, since they didn't make it as a couple, it probably would have been better if they'd just not done anything. But.
Yeah, which, they brought up beforehand.
Yeah.
But they took the chance.
Oh, well.
But so they come home, and the big thing is there's, what do they call it, a dive-in. That's what it is. They're showing, it's the end of the summer, so they're not in school yet, but it's like the last gasp of the summer, and they're showing Jaws at this dive-in, which, I don't know, if New England towns do this is very cute.
Yeah, I would love that.
But people, like, they anchor their boats, or they just wade in the water, or they're on rafts and stuff like that, or sitting on the beach or whatever, and in the water, they've placed a screen, and they're projecting the movie Jaws on there, and people are watching. Yeah.
So before we get to this dive in though, let's talk about like Joey comes home to Bessie.
Oh yeah.
And Bessie asks the question.
Everyone asks.
Everybody asks, even though Joey's like, it's rude. Nobody's gonna ask. They all ask.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much every we don't see anyone ask Pacey. I don't remember. I don't think we do. But I
think his brother might have. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, but he's got other stuff going on with his brother.
Yeah.
But everyone asks Joey.
Yeah, and she's like, it's nobody's business. And Bessie's like, so if you don't say no, then it means yes, basically.
Right. She's like, there's only 2 answers to that question. No, and it's nobody's business.
So, and Joey doesn't correct her. She doesn't say, oh, no, we absolutely didn't. And then we find out that Joey cannot move into her room yet because Bessie has it rented out for the week because their B&B is super successful. They have lots of money now.
Yeah.
So
good for them.
Yeah.
They can be one of the rich people in Cape Side and not be distinct from anyone else in any way.
But Joey, I mean, that's kind of shit. If she's a teenager, this is her guardian. She's come home and they're like, sorry.
There's a guy in his underwear in your room.
Yeah. And then Pacey finds himself in the same situation when he goes home to his brother.
Yeah. Well, first, Dawson's he's at some kind of so Dawson has a conversation with what's her name? The other Jen. He's hanging out on the beach with Jen and Jack and Jack's sister
and Andy.
Andy, yeah. So Andy, Jack, Jen, and Dawson are all hanging out at the beach. They're talking about the dive-in and oh, it's gonna be fun. He's like, it's gonna be Jaws, and he makes the joke oh, I don't know if I've seen that one. But he's taking pictures. He says, Jen's like, I look terrible. She looks great.
Mm-hmm. She always looks great.
Don't take pictures of me. But he's taking pictures, and then he goes to a hardware store. I don't know if he's looking for rope or something for the boat, I think. And this very attractive woman comes up, and she's like, "Hey, do you know where?" What she asks for, I don't even remember. Do you know where?
I don't know.
Do you know where the twine is or whatever? And he's like,
"I don't work here."
He goes, "I don't know." And she's like, "Can you direct me?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't work here." She's like, "Well, thank God for that." But it's it is presumptuous to just come up and assume he works there. And he kind of turns and looks, and he recognizes her.
Gretchen.
And she recognizes him.
But we don't recognize her.
Yeah, we don't know who she is.
I don't think we ever met her.
No.
It was very, disturbing. Because I was like, what did I forget? Because, I forget everything. So.
No, it's the introduction of a character that has history in the town, that we didn't see that history. So they're going to act like they know each other, but we don't get to know who she is till later. They do have a scene where they introduce us. Yeah. But that's when Pacey comes home, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna crash on your couch again, bro." And he's like, "Nope, no, your room's been taken."
Not even his room. I guess it's a 1-bedroom place because he really is just. There's a room that the brother's in the couch.
Yeah, he's like, "No, it's been taken up by." He's like, "Oh, someone of the female variety?" And he's like, "Uh-huh. And just as related as you are to me." Because it's his sister.
Gretchen.
Was Gretchen.
Yeah.
And it later comes out, I think maybe Jack is talking to Dawson about it or whatever. But, because he's like, "Oh, who the fuck's this Gretchen chick?" And he mentions that it's his first crush when he was 10 or 11 or whatever.
Yeah. She is older than him.
A couple of years, yeah. I think she's supposed to be... He's 16. I think she's supposed to be 19 maybe?
Yeah,
he might be 17. They're seniors, so he's 17.
Yeah. Which still, that's kind of...
She's 19 or 20 probably.
He's in high school and she is not, so I'm just saying.
She's back from college, she says, but back from college permanently.
Yeah, she dropped out, and she's being pretty close-lipped about it.
Uh-huh. So... he says he and Pacey planned some kind of prank on them with water balloons.
Oh, back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess they overheard, so her and her friends all got dressed in bikinis.
Bathing suits, they said.
I assume so that when they attacked with the water balloons, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
But he saw her in her bikini, and he was like,
Yeah, he just stood there and did not help attack.
Yeah, so... He had a crush on her for a while, and Jack's like, "So what happened?" And he was like all crushes, just nothing happened. It just faded away, kind of thing. But there is the implication that maybe it will rekindle because she's back in town.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. But yeah, so Pacey has nowhere to sleep tonight either.
Yeah, so he's got to try to figure things out. He goes to Jen at one point, or not Jen. He goes to Joey at one point. And he's like, "Maybe I can sleep in your room." Now, that's just something you would say to somebody you're having sex with.
Right.
And she's like, "No, I can't even sleep in my room."
Right. She's like, he said, "Well, what about the couch?" She's like, "I'm the one on the couch."
Yeah.
I mean, at least Bessie was going to let her sleep on the couch.
Right.
But Pacey's brother's just like, "Well, go sleep on your boat. You got a boat."
Yeah.
He's like, "But I just spent the last 3 months on a boat."
He says he can go back to his parents' house, too, because apparently he is welcome there.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't want to go there.
But the daughter's not welcome there for some reason.
She's not?
Well, that's what he says.
All right. Probably because she dropped out of college.
So, Joey, coming back, she comes to talk to Dawson. And she just fucking walks into his house.
Yeah, this is so bizarre. Like, first of all, the ladder's gone. Mm-hmm. And that should be maybe a clue that you're not as welcome as you used to be.
Right.
But she just lets herself in because apparently no one locks doors. Mm-hmm. Nobody is home. And she wanders about the house and goes in his room and looks at his shit.
Yeah, and his room is transformed. Gone are the Spielberg posters, and up are tons of photographs that he's taken of all the different friends. So, I mean, and I don't mean the friends from the TV show Friends. I mean his friends.
It's very cool. I mean, it was a cool thing to show us, but the way they did it is just weird.
It makes a lot of sense too, because photography and making films are closely related. You know, and composition of a photo shot, and framing and lighting and all that stuff. Those are all the same principles in movie making. So. They're very closely related fields. Yeah. So it makes sense that he'd be interested in that.
So Joey goes over and talks to Jen since Dawson's not home. And Jen invites her to the dive-in.
Yeah. She's like, she goes, what about Pacey? And she's like, well, we're spending tonight away from each other because we've been so close for so long. And she's like, okay, well, you can come to the dive-in then.
But she made sure he wasn't coming.
Yes.
Before she invited Joey.
And then I don't know exactly how to talk about this. Because it's not any one thing.
Yeah.
But because I was thinking, when we first saw Gretchen, I was thinking like, oh, okay, this is going to be like a romantic partner for Dawson then, because Joey's not going to be. But the show very heavily implies, I think it's supposed to be implying anyway, that he and Jen are together.
Well, Jen says to everybody,
Grams
Grams is there, and she says to everybody else, Jack and them, that her boyfriend, what the fuck is his name?
I don't remember. She's saying it to Joey, because that's the scene that Grams and Jack are there. They're at Grams' house at the table. But Joey's asking about like what's going on with Henry. And she's like, oh, football camp led to this scholarship at this like really prestigious school for football or whatever. So we're doing the long distance thing, and Grams is like against that. Mm-hmm. She's like, being young, that's a time not for waiting around and sharing a weekend here and there. It's a time for doing it every night.
Which is
like you
weird.
You and Pacey did.
No, but it's weird because Grams is always like, close your legs, you're a slut.
Yeah, I know, but she really, it's funny. She's right.
Yes, I mean, I agree. I think that a high school student doing a long distance relationship is dumb.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what Jen says. Jen says they're doing a long distance relationship. So you think like, okay, they're doing a long distance relationship, I guess. But Jen could be lying because they could be keeping this relationship a secret.
Now, what is it that gives you such a huge hint that her and Dawson are doing stuff? Because I didn't clue in, but my mind wanders. So
there was a couple different things. There like. Every scene they're in together, they seem at least much closer than they were before, like last season. The biggest thing to me is that when they go to the dive-in, he and Jen are next to each other in the boat and everything, and Joey shows up, and fucking Pacey shows up with her, because Pacey comes to her and not in a sexual way. And says, that's when they kind of have the conversation about how he doesn't have a home, and she's like, I don't have a home either, and he's like, well, okay, so I was thinking we could do this tonight, we could do that tonight, and she's like, I get invited to this dive-in thing, and he's like, well, like the whole town's gonna be there, and the people don't want to see me or whatever, and she's like, well. Yeah, like her implication is like, you're not invited. You could do something else, and he's like, well, so you're gonna go? You were gonna go without me or whatever? And she's like, well, why don't we just go together?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like how I never would have imagined Pacey to be this clingy.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess it's because he feels threatened about Dawson. I mean, because we've seen him in other relationships, and this is not how he usually is.
Right. But anyway, so when they show up, Dawson's like, I thought you said he wasn't going to be here. And she's like, he wasn't supposed to be. And like the way they're having this conversation is like the way a couple would have this conversation.
I guess, but he's being very open with her about how he's upset and doesn't want to see Pacey, which like if they're together, shouldn't he be over that?
Well, and then he walks away from Joey, and Joey like goes and starts talking to Jack and everything. Because Jack says to Jen, you work on him, I'll work on her. Mm-hmm. And Jack starts talking to Joey, and Jen and Dawson are over there. And he's like, Dawson correctly surmises everything that's going on. And he's like, oh, she's going to sit over there and do her Joey thing and wait for Dawson to come over and talk to her and stuff. And well, that's it. Actually, Jen says that. Mm-hmm. She's playing the game of waiting for Dawson to come over. And he's like, well, she's going to be playing that game in perpetuity because I ain't coming fucking over there. And Jen says something to the effect of, the longer you take to go over there and just say hi to her, the more it proves to me how difficult this is for you. And it sounds very, like, on the verge of jealousy. Like they had a conversation before this where it's like, yeah, like, it'll be weird to talk to Joey and stuff again, but I don't have feelings for her anymore. I only have feelings for you. It really feels like that conversation happened before this scene, and she's like, this just shows me this is more difficult for you. There's jealousy in there. Mm-hmm. So, like, all the little things throughout the episode, and then that as, like, the cherry on top, it really feels like they're together. They don't say they're together, but it feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder why they would keep it a secret.
For a reveal for the next episode or something? I don't remember. Maybe episodes down the line. I don't know.
But I mean, they're keeping it from everyone.
Yeah. Well, you mean why? You mean not from the audience. You mean why would Jen and Dawson keep it a secret? I don't know, but I assume there has to be an explanation for it.
Do you think maybe her and Henry really are doing a long distance relationship and she's cheating?
That's possible. I hate to think that Jen would do something like that, but or that Dawson would do something like that, but I mean, I think it's possible.
I mean, she doesn't seem like one to wait around.
No, not really. And if they have been dating all summer, let's say, or most of the summer, let's say, then
maybe they had sex.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. I feel like the show is being very close-lipped about this because I don't know if the show knows. Like, I feel like the show is keeping its options open. And I don't know if it's because the actor that plays Henry is thinking about not coming back, or they don't want him back, or what. I don't know what the real world reasons are, if there's scheduling conflicts or what. I don't know. Because it's like in Star Trek, the probably the greatest season finale of all time, Best of Both Worlds, Part 1. Picard becomes a Borg, and he's like... fucking we are the Borg, resistance is futile, all that shit. And Riker, the whole time, Riker's been put in command of the ship. Sorry to derail this to geeky Star Trek talk, everyone, but the whole episode, Riker's been put in command of the ship because Captain Picard's been kidnapped by the Borg and turned into a Borg. And then they've got Commander, what is her name? Riley or something like that? I think so. She keeps saying, we need to do this, we need to do that. Like, Riker's kind of, like, he feels this connection and pull to his former captain. And he doesn't want to do anything that would endanger his life. And it's making him not act, like, rationally as the captain of a starship. And she's like, if you aren't going to act, I will, like, I'll take over the command of the ship and everything. So the whole question throughout the entire episode is, can he step up and make the big decisions? And that episode ends with him saying fire on the Borg ship. Like, they have this weapon they think can destroy the Borg ship, and he's saying fire, like, kill Captain Picard. And they did that, and it's great. It's like they took all the things that were going on in the real world, and they used those limitations to craft a beautiful script. So that's the end of part 1. The reason they did that was they were having contract disputes with Patrick Stewart, and they didn't know if he was coming back for another season. So they set it up as a cliffhanger of will he live or not, and that's why that cliffhanger happened, because they weren't sure if they were going to be able to get this contract negotiation. So I feel like some of that's going on here.
Maybe, but I mean, Henry wasn't like super like well established. I mean, I don't know. He felt like a side character.
Sure, but they made such a big deal about her like going to find his bus and being like, "I'll wait for you. I love you. I'm sorry."
Yeah,
like all that stuff, and it's like it really felt like they were bringing that in the direction of bring him back. And did he not want to come back? Maybe. I don't know.
He does look like a young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, so he's going to be in Titanic too. Electric Boogaloo.
Right.
It's Titanic, but it's at the bottom of the sea. It's a Little Mermaid Titanic blend.
Okay.
Under the sea.
You're so weird.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so I don't know. I feel like they're trying to keep their options open.
Yeah, we'll see. What else? Like, eventually Joey and Dawson talk. Eventually we get there.
Yeah. He does come over there to talk to her.
To prove to Jen that he's cool.
Exactly. They have this awkward conversation. He does not ask her if they've slept together. Jack does. Jen does. Her sister does. Everyone she talks to does. He does not ask. And afterwards, she comes to his house. And they have a conversation. She gives him the present, the thing. And she's like, I want us to be friends. I want us to have a friendship. And she's like, you're the only one that didn't ask me the question everyone's been asking me. And he's like, I'm the only one that the answer could kill.
Which, like, if he is with Jen, that's a terrible thing for him to say.
And then at the end, she's like, by the way, that the answer to that question that you don't want to ask, it wouldn't kill you. So she's intimating they didn't have sex.
Right.
And I don't think I believe her.
Yeah, like, is she just worried about him? I mean, like, I don't know. Because she didn't say no to anyone else.
But that's why I think that's why this feels so much like they're trying to keep their cards close to the vest. Like they don't know exactly how they want to proceed, because they're not making any big calls or statements in this episode.
I think the biggest statement is that Joey and Pacey are in love.
Yes.
I mean, because the episode ends with the two of them coming together.
And not in a sexual way.
And they decide to spend the night on the boat.
Yeah.
And she's like, you want to do that thing that we do sometimes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is another... I like this show a lot, but this is another area of the show where it's like, you guys need to be a little more clever. Because like they do stuff like that all the time where it's like, it sounds like innuendo or whatever. It's like, you want to do that thing we do sometimes and you put it in me or whatever. And it's like, yeah, here you go. Here's the earwax. Or what, like,
Ew.
The Q-tip to get the earwax.
Yeah, here's a Q-tip, not earwax. Freak. So they're...
But it's like, like they would do a joke like that or whatever,
yes.
right?
So they're in the boat, in the cabin of the boat. We see them, and they have, like Mark said earlier, two separate, like bunk bed style hammocks.
Yeah.
And they are freaking holding hands,
holding fingers, which is even cuter. They've got their fingers intertwined like that,
and they're reading The Little Mermaid together, like out loud to each other.
Yeah,
it is so adorable.
It is cute. It's a very cutesy relationship thing.
So. Yeah, I love their relationship. I don't like the way Pacey was acting towards her throughout the episode before that, though, because he was being jealous and controlling.
Yeah, very controlling.
And she calls him out on that. I'm proud of her for standing up for herself.
Yep. Yeah, he needs to be put in check, and he is. But yeah, all in all, a good episode, if not a little frustrating, because, like...
So many questions.
Yeah, and they don't do a lot of answering.
No, it's tease. The whole episode feels like a big tease.
Except, I guess, for Mitch and Dawson's mom.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name.
Oh shit.
But they TV's The Flash, John Wesley Shipp, and Meredith. I can't remember her last name either.
Man,
But
I cannot remember her fucking name.
Jen and Dawson walk out of the dark room and they're fucking pawing at each other like her dress is her shirt's open.
Well, I mean that's what they used to be like in the beginning of the show,
Yeah.
so that's kind of good.
Yeah, they're back to like,
Major PDA.
Yeah.
But they thought they were alone.
but they didn't check the dark room.
Yeah. He's like, I checked everywhere except the dark room. She's like, you got to check the dark room.
Yeah, I think it was the other way around, but
Yeah.
I think she was the one that said she checked everything, but
Whatever.
she didn't count the dark room.
I think it was him.
But okay, all right. This will be a fight off mic, everyone.
Yes.
But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I'm excited to see where things go.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
I think even if Joey's still a virgin now, I don't think she will be by the end of the season.
I can't imagine. They're seniors in high school.
But I don't believe she's a virgin no matter what the fuck they say.
Yeah. I mean, they can make believe, but in reality, she wouldn't be.
No way.
But that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own dive-in.
You can write us at latefee1994@aol.com.
Yep.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com and share the tapes with your friends.
I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.